All right, y'all. Welcome back. Another week, Dark Sports. Yo, so I was off on my bye last week, like I said that I was going to do, but Thanksgiving time, had a chance to eat some turkey, had a chance to spend some time with the family, rolling right back up into the football. There were some good games on Thanksgiving night. I'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But what I want to talk about now is like the potential playoff picture. And right after Thanksgiving, that's when a lot of people first start paying attention to football if they haven't been off season. So here we go. Taking a look at the standings, if you look across both the AFC and the NFC, you'll see that the top teams in each division are up by 2 games, except for one division. All that means is that we won't really know about the playoff implications until, at a minimum, the end of next week. There's going to be some games this week. Some teams may come within 1 game, but right now, like I said, the cream always rises to the top. And if you look at the top, you'll see Kansas City's there. You'll see Philadelphia Eagles there. You'll see Jacksonville is there. Like every year in the NFL, the cream always rises to the top, and that's what it is we got here. The first game I'm going to talk about this week is probably the best game I saw, and there is some bias because I am an Eagles fan, but this Buffalo Bills at the Eagles game. Wow, what a wild one, man. It just goes to show you how it's so hard to win in the NFL. And no matter how bad things look, anything can happen. I mean, this was a really messy game at Lincoln. Cold, rainy. The stars came out, and we got to see Josh Allen again. So let's just make it official. The Bills team we see this year is not the Bills team we got last year. Josh Allen made a lot of mistakes in this game. My son and I were watching this together. We thought the game was over. But then at the end, Jake Elliott hit that field goal to send it to overtime. And we were just like screaming, like, oh my God, that's crazy. Funny thing is that just before the end of that game, Gabe Davis had a touchdown and he was celebrating. He was really, really excited. But just as we got into overtime, miscommunication, whatever, between him and Josh Allen. He didn't get that touchdown. That would have been the game. Eagles came back, drove down the field, methodical. Jalen Hurts, methodical. This is a Super Bowl team. Ran it in for the final touchdown. Hey, it was a close game, but like I keep telling y'all, good teams, championship teams, they always find a way to win. So shout out to the Eagles. Only lost 1 game this year. That is really, really crazy. Next game I want to talk about is this Kansas City Chiefs game at the Raiders. Kansas City Chiefs always beat the Raiders, have been. I don't know the exact stat, but coming into this game, this was an easy pick. I was like, okay, Kansas City's going to go in there and blow them out. But Raiders had a different idea. One thing I didn't like about this game is that Kelsey didn't score, and I had a lot of things riding on Kelsey getting a score, but ever since he started messing with Taylor Swift or whatever, it just hasn't been the same. I don't know if it's a coincidence or just whatever, but didn't work out for me. Kansas City was down, but like I just talked about with the Eagles game, they found a way to come back. They got it done. One key play, they just ran away with the game. Kind of had me nervous because Kansas City usually blows out Raiders, especially the Raiders' record this year, but they got it done. Cream always rises to the top, just like I said. Coming up this week, the Amazon Thursday night football game. This is going to be the Seahawks at the Cowboys. So this is funny how they plan this because no one can predict the future. But you got 2 teams that had totally different outcomes on Thanksgiving night. Thanksgiving night, the Cowboys beat the crap out of the Commanders. It wasn't even close, but it really isn't the Commanders' fault because hey, when the ownership trades away 2 of your key players, that pretty much tells you they've given up on the season. Dak Prescott, they just had too much for the Commanders. Yes, the picture of him eating the turkey leg, he was eating good on Thanksgiving. Commanders fans, that's just how it is. That season's over. This was a decisive win for the Cowboys. But the Cowboys, you never know. They'll do 1 game like this, and then the next game they'll flop. Seahawks, on the other hand, the exact opposite. They didn't have any answers for the San Francisco 49ers. And we were watching this with the family, and we were like, all right, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, over and over again. They couldn't stop it. Seahawks were looking good coming into this game, but I don't know. Maybe they forgot they were playing on Thanksgiving because this just did not turn out as expected. They got blown out. So now here we go. Thursday night football game, coincidentally, Cowboys and the Seahawks. For this one, I mean, even on a short week, I just got to go with Cowboys here. I am not a Cowboys fan, and I think they will find ways to lose. But after what I saw on Thanksgiving, I'm going to go final answer, Cowboys in this one. Going to do something different. I'm looking ahead at the Sunday game. This is going to be Philadelphia Eagles are going to play the 49ers. Now, for people who know football, people will realize that this is basically a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game and what I think will be this year's NFC Championship game. Last year, in the NFC Championship game, the Eagles were able to get to Purdy, ended up taking them out of the game with an elbow injury. Purdy had to have surgery on that in the offseason. But even considering that game was still a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be, considering that they didn't have a quarterback for like much of the second half. So here we go, 2024. This is a grudge match. They're going to remember that. Got two teams that are both surging. Man, this is going to be tough. But I know the Eagles put a lot of energy into that game on Sunday. And San Francisco did have a little bit extra rest coming into this. Man, this is going to be tough, but for this game, I'm just going to think maybe the Eagles' luck runs out in this game. I know people are like, are you kidding me? I just think that they won a lot of games. It's hard to win like that. 49ers, I think just that extra couple days rest is going to give them the edge here. So I'm going to go 49ers by 3 in this game. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. So that's what I got for this week. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you saw this week, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Dark Spirits, I'm out.